Discretion is advised.
If you feeling like a pimp, niggas call pimp.
Awesome song. If that was a little weaker than normal, I apologize. I'm recovering from a severe ear and neck infection. They got me on some bad medicine. So, yeah, if the energy isn't where it's normally at, I apologize in advance, but we're going to move forward. We're going to kick ass and take names because it's what we do. I hope you're all having a beautiful, amazing Wednesday night. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. I'm your host, Blind Adam Wonders, the comic pimp. And we're going to bring in our guest and everyone in a minute or two. But first, we're going to thank some sponsors. Pay some bills in this biatch. I'd like to thank the Big Apple Comic Con. Big Apple Comic Con just took place on March 25th and 26th. Their next one, I believe, and I don't have this confirmed yet, but it looks like it will be December 16th at the New Yorker Hotel. www.bigapplecomiccon.com. Tell them, but I'm saying you. Big Apple Comic Con. It's the greatest comic book convention on the East Coast. New York City's premier and legendary 26-year-old Comic Con. And they're awesome. So tell them, boy, I'm saying you. Also, want to give a big shout out to the amazing Las Vegas Comic Con. Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con takes place March 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Really looking forward to some of their guests. Cannot wait to meet Tara Strong that weekend. Hopefully, I'll get to interview her for the show that weekend. Also, looking forward to possibly getting a 2 or 3 question interview with Jim Starlin as well. But check out Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con for all the amazing guests and exhibitors. That's Vegas, baby. Also, on June 24th, and I'm sure I'll get corrected if I got that wrong, you can go to the Old School Comic Con. Old School Comic Con is a good friend of the show. We'll get more about the next event tonight. And that's just how that rolls. But Facebook / Old School Comic Con. Also, check out Shimpy's Comics. I know I'm probably pronouncing that wrong because I'm a dumbass, but no, I try. I think. But with that being said, we're gonna bring in one of my partners in crime. I was gonna give him the night off, but I had to help him, make his Conan money. Conan the Barbarian. What a punk. But no,
They want to get slapped.
we kind of enjoy him. He's kind of funny, like a clown, maybe. Mark from Calamity _Collectibles. What's up, brother?
What's up?
So you had a good day street renting today?
I did.
You ran into someone cool.
She's not cool. She's the coolest.
Yeah, that's true. Who'd you run into, man?
I run into someone that I did not expect running into, in all honesty.
She may have been going up to see her talent agent who's up in that area.
I think she lives locally. So I ran into Rosemary Harris, the Sam Raimi trilogy Aunt May, which was like, wow, I ran into her today. She's like the second actor/actress I ran into while set up on the street. The first one was actually a body double for Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin in Daredevil.
Sweet. He used to do the Big Apple back in the day, actually.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. But that's awesome. After you told me that you ran into her, I actually looked her up on IMDb Pro, and I think you're right about her being local because her talent agent is on 75th.
Were you allowed to disclose that? Were you allowed to dox?
No, I'm just saying that the telling I didn't say who or where. I didn't give an exact address. I just said 75th.
Ah.
So that's not technically doxing. But no, let's not be rude to our guest because, he's awesome. And I had an amazing time with him about 2 months ago now. The man, the myth, the legend, the proprietor of the old school Comic-Con in Las Vegas, Nevada. Barney Shippey, how you doing, bro?
Wow. I'm good, boys. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Yeah.
I talk for people on. I care.
I'm sure he cares. So how have things been since the last time you've been on or hung out?
Well, let's see. The last time we hung out, and we did 3 stores in a day, and then capped it off with little Capriati's, sub sandwiches, and got you home, and then I got home and living life since, man. So lots of more house projects that the wife puts me through, and some comic books finds here and there. Not a lot of collections up for sale in Vegas right now, but a few comic finds here and there. Go through them and just make more inventory for the next show, man.
Nice. What's the best thing you found so far recently?
I found a Transformers #1 newsstand, the old Marvel series from 83, right around there, 84.
I think it's 84.
And thank you, 84. Yeah, I found a Transformers #1 newsstand in a dollar bin.
Nice.
So I was pretty excited for that. And then not too long ago, we had a show called the Vegas Toy Show that a friend of mine, Steve Johnson, was part of that put on. And a friend of mine that was there doing a booth, Garland, had a whole bunch of stuff, man. It was $1 each, and there was just crazy stuff in here. And so he sold me quite a few books at an amazing price. So one of them was a Daredevil #3, the first appearance of the Owl.
Ooh, nice.
And he gave it to me for like $25. I mean, it's not the greatest condition, but I don't care. I now own it, and that's all I care about. So I'm not a condition-driven guy. I'm a do I have it or not guy. So
that is sweet.
Yeah.
So are you excited for the upcoming amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con?
Come on, man. You know I am. That's one of the biggest shows. It's probably the biggest. It is the biggest comic book show that we get here in Vegas. Jimmy J, they put on a really good show. They're such nice, wonderful people. And we've been doing it now for, I want to say 5 or 6 years as vendors. But I've been to the show every year that it was here. Even, we had Stan Lee twice come through there when he was alive, and maybe even 3 times. But Todd McFarlane came one year. Jim Lee's come. We've had some big guests. We have some big ones coming this year. Not Stan Lee big, but we got, some really nice ones. You mentioned Jim Starlin earlier. Someone I'm really looking forward to is Larry Hama.
I noticed that today, and I was like, sweet.
Yeah, that's a huge one for me with all the Wolverine stuff, but of course the G.I. Joe stuff that he did and all the other little things. So Kevin Eastman will be there too. So he's always been a pretty cool guy. So Mark Bagley,
main
that's
draw
another
for me
one.
is Tara Strong.
Yep.
I got a stack of books. I gotta get signed.
She always has a long line too, Adam. Always.
I'm used to her long lines. The last time I got something signed by her was New York Comic Con 2017.
Okay.
But that was not that was the shortest line I was on in the Celebrity Lounge for New York Comic Con that year, because that was the same year as Mark Hamill's retirement convention.
Oh.
And the line for that was around the entire block, pretty much.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, you know what? Nah. I did not have 300 for Mark Hamill, and I was like, am I really going to stand in a long line? I mean, I didn't really have much for him at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, the only person I regret not going to, well, I tried to, but their line kept getting capped was Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy, I waited 2 hours in that Mark Hamill line that year.
What did you get signed?
Batman Mad Love, which I already had Arlene Sorkin on. I had Arlene Sorkin, Paul Dini, and Bruce Timm. So at that convention, it was Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy.
You got Kevin Conroy on that one too?
Yep.
That's for your personal collection, though, of course, right?
Yeah, this is and I actually had this in a bank vault.
By the way, I might need that Batman Who Laughs back.
Nah, I don't even know where it is.
You bastard.
Once again, it's in that box that I bought off of you back in 2020, and it's buried underneath a. It's on the bottom part of my my pallet with my sort boxes at the moment. So just so I know I have the info when I'm promoting it correctly, when is the next old school Comic-Con?
Sunday, June 25th. I got my box here. What did I do with it?
Whoops, I said the 24th. I apologize. I was going through memory.
Here, I got it.
All right.
I just got flyers made on it, so we'll be giving out flyers for. I got 4 shows between now and then, and we're giving out flyers. So let's see, a little bit of a glare, but you can see it there. Old School Comic-Con, Sunday, June 25th, from 11 to 5, but it's actually 11:30 to 5. 11 o'clock is what we call the Critical VIP, and it's $5 to get in early access for that. And what that is the Critical VIP. There's a not-for-profit company that I team up with called Critical Care Comics, and so what I do is
I heard about them.
Yeah, they go to a lot of hospitals and help very sick children dress up in cosplay, meet them, give them all kinds of comics, toys, gifts, take pictures with them, and just very big rallying cry for a lot of the kids, and develop really good relationship with them. And so Critical Care Comics and myself with Shimp Sons Comics, Adam.
Shimp Sons Comics. All right, now I got it.
So we always partner up with them, and all proceeds coming into the show go straight to them. I don't see a dime of it. It's all for them, for their not-for-profit, to try to help them gathering stuff. And at the end of the show, a lot of people will bulk out and give the Critical Care Comics, a box, 2 boxes, whatever, of comic books to give out for the kids as well. So they do pretty well there, and it's a definitely a big organization here in Vegas in the comic book scene that a lot of us support, and in Shimp Comics especially, we're big with them. So good people, very wonderful people.
That's awesome. So you said you had 4 shows coming up. So what are the other, besides Amazing Las Vegas, what are the other 2?
We have this coming Sunday, we have the Oasis comic show, which is like our brother to the library show. We do ours at the library. They do theirs at the same library. We just alternate every 3 months, every quarter. So their turn is up this coming Sunday at the Rainbow Library, which is 3150 North Buffalo Drive. And that is from 11 to 5 is when he does his show, and it's free admissions. And there's about 10 of us that are vendors that are going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then the end of this month, of course, I'll be seeing you at Amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con. And then in May, we do a show called the Boulder City Spring Jamboree. It's Boulder City's a suburb that we have here in Vegas, and they just put on this, it's like a car show and a talent show and antiques, and they always ask us to come out, so we always bring comic books out there.
Interesting.
That one's a fun one. That one's really cool. It's a beauty contest. I mean, they just got all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
Then there's another one that should be coming soon. It's this giant organized swap meet garage sale at the Silverton Casino. So we're expecting that one at some point in May. And so that's just a giant, like I said, giant organized swap meet that comes out. So we always do that show. And then, of course, the end of May is the Front Row Card Show. So we have lots of lots of shows coming up before we get to the old school
Yeah,
Comic Con
unfortunately,
at the
I
end of
can't make
June.
the card show this year.
The front row card show, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. If I wanted to make it this year, but I can't.
Well, that's another one they do 4 times a year. So, the guy who runs that, Dan, and his staff, pretty sweet people themselves. So, but we've been doing that show now for I think 3 or 4 times we've done it, and a big part of it we partnered up with them. We have comic books that they give away. 200 VIPs that come to the door get a bag, and there's a free comic book from Simpsons Comics that's in there, along with some other swag items that they put in the bag for everybody. So.
Nice.
Just to help raise that comic book awareness that's going on.
Sweet. Have you seen Shazam yet?
I have not seen Shazam yet.
If Al can roll the clip, you're going to be in for the most blatant thing of product placement I've ever seen in the movie. It's awesome.
Oh, let's roll this.
Yeah.
Come on. Show me something dirty.
Shazam.
We're gonna need more Skittles.
Taste the rainbow, mother.
Shazam.
We're gonna need more Skittles.
Yeah.
Taste the rainbow,
Shazam.
We're gonna need more Skittles.
I want to make this my new intro. Maybe I can get some of that. If I make that my new intro, maybe I can get some Skittle money, or at least maybe a case of 3 Skittles.
Hey, it might work. Marshawn Lynch, when he was playing with Seattle Seahawks, he started eating Skittles on the sidelines, and all of a sudden he got some endorsements from it. So,
but I thought it was a decent movie. It was a good sequel, and a lot of fun. I don't know what the critics are crying about, as always.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was one of their contentions, was the product placement, which made me fall off my seat laughing when I saw it in the theater.
Great. Now I want Larry Kenny to say "Pimp the rainbow, taste the rainbow."
I get paid him to do that, man.
I want you to do that.
Yeah, actually, I'll email him sometime during the weekend just to A, say hello, because I haven't talked to him in a while. And, B, see what it would cost to have that done.
God, I love that guy.
But the critics always have something to say about other movies that we just want to go and enjoy. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a lot of critics panned the first Captain America movie because it wasn't historically accurate. It's like, it's a comic book movie.
Right. You do realize there's no such thing as super soldier serum. No, but you care about the actual historical data that's being presented. Come on.
I can't.
You see Ant-Man yet?
I did. I really enjoyed it. I expected more.
Yeah.
I liked MODOK, but I did not see that coming, who the MODOK reveal was. But I was kind of sad I didn't see a few of the characters from the first 2 Ant-Man movies. His the people that run the company with him. David.
Finally, somebody agrees with me. The whole team. It's like, yeah, the 2 Hispanic dudes who were the comedic comedy relief.
Yeah, I mean, those are some of my favorite parts when he starts, telling a story, but then it shows everyone that along the story, and they're voicing along, they're mouthing along with what it is that he's saying with a little attitude. I mean, those were gold for me in the first 2, and we got none of that this one. But I was kind of bummed that we didn't see them. But overall, I enjoyed it. It's definitely not my favorite of the Ant-Man movies. It's my 3rd favorite. With number 2 being first, and number 1 the second for me anyway. But it was still enjoyable. It still wasn't. It was still something fun to watch.
Going along with this theme of critics. Well, I don't think I could critique a BJ if they got one.
Adam has holes confirmed.
Yeah, I have 8 holes.
Pause.
And I drink the ooze.
Pause.
I thought it was a fun ride.
Pause.
All the stuff with Kane got me super excited for what's to come. Assuming we don't get anything recasted.
Yeah.
And Because there's our, and then I probably could have done without some of the MODOK stuff. Just because I would like to see Patton Oswalt play the character again at some point because I love that animated series. I mean, it was a fun ride.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, here's my thing about MODOK in the Ant-Man movie. He reminds me of that George Lopez character in that children's film. Oh God, what's the name of it? The movie with Taylor Lautner in it as a kid.
Not Spy Kids.
The other one.
Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he does. He does.
I was
that's
like,
a good
that was
catch.
my first thing.
Barney, did you hear about the Jay and Silent Bob Cruise?
I did not hear about that until you sent that to me and made mention of it. So
Yeah, basically, Al, if you could bring up the website, please?
Did.
I was trying to find the commercial that Kevin posted on Instagram, but I couldn't find it. But they're doing a cruise next year from Miami to the Bahamas, which I find very fascinating. I don't know if I'm contemplating actually doing this.
oh, it's almost a year away, huh?
Yep.
So basically, Adam's gonna get naked on the cruise and then smoke a blunt.
No.
Adam's gonna rub his balls on the deck.
Pardon, you see the abuse I take on a weekly basis?
He's gonna poop on the poop deck.
I cannot confirm or deny that may or may not happen, but of all three things that were just said, that's probably the most likely.
He's playing the fifth.
So, do you think this is ESQ product placement going overboard, or what do you think of this? Because I was like fascinated.
No, I think this is perfect for any fan of Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes to go on, especially super fans like yourself. You know, I actually can consider potentially going. It's all a matter of if things line up for me to do something like that. But no, if you're a super fan of those two guys, I mean, especially, heck, we've been watching them since what, 93 when they put out Clerks.
94, 95, something like that.
So, I've always been a massive fan of Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes and
maybe just for me, as I'm 2 hours away from the Smodcastle Cinema and the staff.
Yeah.
He's been doing so much there lately that I just feel spoiled lately.
Yeah, well, you're not too far from him, so and he's had ever since his heart attack. He'll tell you he's an absolute whore when it comes to media attention.
Yeah, he's always been.
He's always been.
That's where I learned everything from, about being a media whore.
Yeah, I love the way he does it. I still watch the An Evening with Kevin Smith, and I still laugh just as hard as I did watching it for the first time. Kevin Smith is absolutely, charismatic and wonderful to watch when he's on stage, just being him. Jason Mewes is just an absolute crack up, especially when he starts going into his little monologues or his little dances. There's something else.
Which he does when you actually meet him in real life too, which I think is hysterical.
Yeah, who he is on film is who he is in real life. So
he scared the shit out of me at MegaCon last year because I was waiting in line to get my photo up with them, and all of a sudden he, from behind, runs up, pulls me, turns me around, and gives me a hug, and goes, "What's up, Blind Adam?" And I'm like, "Okay, I don't have. All right, I don't." I was like, "Just relax. It's only Jason being Jason," because I didn't know who it was at first.
But that voice, you got to recognize that voice pretty
No,
much.
because he was being sneaky for a couple seconds. And he turned me on and goes, "Snooch to the fucking nooch."
I think it's something you should go to, man. I think you'd really, really enjoy the shit out of it.
Like I said, I shared the story last week. The only thing I had to wrestle with is my acrophobia. No,
Yeah, but you're on a cruise ship.
That's true.
You're on a big giant cruise ship and you don't even know it's moving. Even if it hits big waves, you barely even feel it. So just don't go looking over the side of the boat. That's all.
He only takes sponge baths. He's so afraid of water.
No, I'm not that afraid. I just
I thought he just licks himself like a cat.
All right, replace Mark with a sexy blonde. That will be thing number one we do.
Yeah, like you could tell the difference.
Touche. All right, so when I do take you out to Vegas, no heart attack grill, even if you eat for free. Oh, whatever it costs, I'll have you kicked out of there.
No, I'll just have a...
Hang on, I had a question for the guest.
Okay, god damn, man, you couldn't even let me respond. Wow.
I knew you were coming up with something witty, so I had to cut it off at the pass.
No, I'll just bill it to you. See, I got it.
Excellent. If you had to pick one place to get pizza in Vegas, what would it be?
Boston Pizza.
Boston Pizza?
Yeah, it's on Las Vegas Boulevard, right down the street from Stratosphere.
All right. I remember that the next time in town because I think the same because I was with Michaela's kids and that they wanted Domino's, so that's what we wound up getting.
You're stuck. Kids don't really care. Just give them pizza.
Yeah, but they were really specific that night.
That's it. I'm going to Vegas.
So like I said, that's cool.
You gonna come, Mark? You gonna come out when Adam does for Amazing?
I don't think I'm able to because for New York, you got to apply for a real ID to fly domestically for some stupid fucking reason. It's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, that's about to hit everywhere. I think by the summertime. I think, isn't it?
Oh,
it's either summer or fall, something like that.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Like,
the only reason I hadn't done is because I went to my bank and they're like, your license expired, and we're at the point where we can't even accept the expired license anymore. So I was like, okay.
You have a driver's license?
My ID card.
I was about to say, blind Adam driving is no fun for.
Well, I can't do any worse than I can't do any worse than half the cabbies in New York.
No, you're worse than someone playing GTA in real life.
Yeah.
You've driven before though, right, Adam?
If driving in a church parking lot or having my friends guide me for 5 minutes on the Las Vegas Freeway where I was actually sitting on her lap and controlling the steering wheel, I guess yes, I've driven.
All right.
But for real driving, nope.
Dude, even SpongeBob SquarePants can drive better than you.
All right, true that. Barney, is the Pink Donut still open?
Pink Box Donut?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're popping up all over the place now. I think we probably have like 8, 9, 10 of them here in Vegas now. Pink Box Donuts.
All right, good. I didn't get to get my fix the last time I was out there.
There was one right by where you were staying too, not far from where you were.
I'll have to remind her because I'm waiting for her to actually get back to me. See, I may be staying with Michaela again, so she may be being my cosplay assistant for this and that.
Well, if we need to, man, when we do the show, you got your spot, I got my spot, but you tell me, I'll pick up a dozen donuts for us and bring it to the show for us.
Nice. Because, like I said, I was introduced to them a couple years back, and I was like, these are awesome.
Yeah.
But I was like, are there drugs in these? Someone was just like, here, have a brownie donut. And I was like, okay. And I was just like, is there crack in this? It was the greatest thing I ever had.
Yeah, they make a pretty good donut, man. That's for sure. So
wait, Adam, you eat crack?
No. Mr. I buy. This coming from Mr. I buy collections from crackheads.
Doesn't mean that I do crack.
That's true. Now, Mark, tell Barney what you got in a tote from a collection you bought off a crackhead.
A bunch of slabs, some Hulk ones graded a 9.8. The red Hulk ones. I got 15 copies of Secret Wars 8, which I already sold. 3 copies of Marvel Premiere 15. 10 copies of Spawn 221 that I'm down to my last copy. 3 copies of ASM 252.
Oh, good God.
A Flash a Superman 199, a Flash 175. So much good shit.
Yeah. So how did you acquire this collection again?
The magic of street vending.
And he just came up to you and said, "Do you buy comics?"
Yep.
And I'm guessing for next to nothing too, right?
I paid $80.
Oh my gosh.
Because I didn't know they were in there. I just determined the stuff from the slabs.
Yeah.
There was also
So you didn't even outside of the slabs. You didn't look for the rest of the tote. You just took it blindly.
yeah, no pun intended.
Exactly.
My gosh. Someone's got to be missing all this stuff. Is there rules in New York? Is there rules in New York where when there is in Vegas where you have to, when you make a buy, you have to hold it for, I believe it's 30 days before you're allowed to sell it.
No, that's not for comics, but for toys, yes.
Okay.
I think regarding if it's reported stolen, the person who got his stuff stolen has to pay back the person who bought it from the guy who stole it from.
Whatever amount was that they purchased it for.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to get rid of all that for $80, man, but it's the right thing to do though, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean,
I can only imagine I get something stolen from me and I gotta pay to get it back, but stuff like that, if I gotta pay $80, I'm happy to pay that just to get my books back.
yeah, and because we had the Secret Wars 8 up at a 2-day convention all weekend, and they weren't that bad. The way he was describing, I thought they'd be in worse shape, but they were pretty decent.
Yeah, and they're all gone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a shock. Not a shocker there.
The 252 wasn't all that bad either. I mean, most of the stuff you showed me that came from that tote was really decent stuff.
Except for one of the Marvel Premiere 15s.
Oh yeah, and I can't believe you actually traded that. You actually traded that for good stuff.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm hooking a guy up, just want it gone because one of the copies had like a full-on rip down the top of the book, like the whole book got torn. Like someone tried to rage rip it.
Ugh.
Yep.
So that's the one you end up trading to someone?
Yeah, got like a lot of bronze, copper age stuff, like World's Finest 199. I think 198, 197.
He got like a whole stack of really good stuff.
And the copy you gave up is ripped right down the middle.
Yeah.
And they still wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rip was for the entire book too, because I was thinking of buying it, and I saw the rip. Because I opened the book up, and as soon as I put the book in my hand, I felt it. I was like, "Nah, you can keep this copy."
Mark, where are your thoughts at when you're a street vendor and you pay whatever you pay for your stuff, and let's say you a book like that with everything you got in the tote, you maybe paid $1 for it, and you end up you're talking to someone and having a conversation and it slips that you paid $1 for this particular book, yet you're trying to sell it for $100, and they come at you and they're like, "Hey, listen, why don't you give it to me for $50? You paid $1 for it." Where are you at when those conversations come to light?
I'm like, if I know you, I'll be more than happy to hook you up, but I don't know you, so I'll work with you, but I'm not giving you that much of a deal.
Yeah. It's funny sometimes, the expectations that some people have with, it doesn't make a difference how much, an individual paid for something. This is the price they're asking for. And yeah, there's room to work with, but, to drastically discount it because of, they know what it was you paid for it. That could be a little, of a conversation that gets to be a little out of hand at times.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be. It doesn't matter. I mean, if the roles were reversed,
Yeah.
we know which way that's going. So,
what is the current Las Vegas comic book scene like?
I just got a new store that opened up not far from here. It was the takeover of a previous store. There's another store that's looking to open up probably the end of April. No other stores are closing down at this point, so everything's pretty solid with what's going on. So I think we have, last count, I want to say 16 comic book stores in the Las Vegas area, including another 2 that are just in the suburbs that are maybe 40 minutes outside of town. And one in Boulder City, My Four Sons Comics, which a phenomenal family that runs that, and then another one in Pahrump, which is Hypno Comics, which our good buddy George runs and owns that one. So, but yeah, man, it's still strong. It's still, everyone's, for the most part, everyone loves everyone. With owners.
That's the one. As I was telling Mark, the one thing that I was really impressed with is how loving and helpful everyone is to each other in the Vegas comic book scene.
Yeah, they are, man. I mean, you're gonna have
very welcoming. Like I said, I was very tempted to just sell my return plane ticket. Yeah, that's how that really sold me. I was like, you know what? Let me think about this for a bit. So just to update everyone, I'm still kind of in this thing, but I think I'm going to stick in New York for a little while longer because of health reasons, especially after this week. The urine infection I'm having is really bothering me, and I'm hoping that the swelling will be completely down by the end of next week, so I don't have to get another ultrasound done. I think I'm just gonna do the back and forth thing and set up in New York for a little while longer.
Yeah.
I still have an idea that may be better suited for Vegas.
It's a good idea.
You know the idea. I'm not giving that one away on air.
No.
Well, you're opening up AM PM in the East Coast?
What, boy?
AM PM.
AM PM. I'll give you AM PM. AM PM my foot up your ass. Why I drink a Slurpee?
What, a 7-Eleven?
Yeah. Barney, I messed up, and we were talking about the Spider-Man 9/11 comics. I was not paying attention. I accidentally blurted out 7-Eleven. Since then, I have not heard the end of it.
You pointed out 7-Eleven instead of 9/11.
Yeah, and ever since there was such an obvious, mess up that I'm regretting to this day because it's for the butt of every joke now.
Oh, Mark doesn't let shit go, man. He's
No, he does not.
I have elephant memory.
He's hardcore, man. He's just.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I had to see. I literally had to see Adam's ass.
Well, we're not talking about that tonight, bro.
I'm not going in full detail. I'm just saying.
Oh,
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Is it open? Is it open in the AM and PM also?
Yeah, it's open in the.
That's
PM.
after hours.
Al, what do you got to say about all this?
Adam's gonna have a special hole in the bathroom.
You see what I put up with, man?
What? Only one?
It's actually gonna be one on either side, and only one stall, and it's gonna
my
be his
God.
stall.
So, are you excited for the Flash movie?
Yeah, I am. I'm
That's
I'm
how
a
fast he's gonna finish too.
I am. You know, it's that actor is kind of fallen off the wayside here, you know, in the real world, but you know, we get what we get from it. You know, I was more excited seeing the Michael Keaton, you know, little cameo of whatever that's going to end up being. So, yeah, I mean, I
That's the
guess I
one thing
was.
I'm looking for as a kid of the '80s. That's what I'm looking for more than anything else.
Is that?
Yeah, the Michael Keaton stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm underselling it. Yeah. Yes, I am looking forward to this movie. Probably as much as any movie DC has put out in the last, 5 years. I'm looking forward to this particular movie. Yeah.
Yeah, because most of those DC movies are terrible.
Yeah.
It's been very lately with their upper media stuff's been very hit or miss for me. Shazam is the best thing they've done in a while.
Shazam, the first Shazam, or
The one that's out now.
you like that one better than the first one?
That's top tied right now.
Well,
Oh, really?
Adam.
You know what? Black Adam was very middle ground for me. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked this. But I thought with all the source material they had to work with, they could have done so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as much as I love Dwayne, I was not smelling what The Rock was cooking in this one because he could have portrayed the character as Middle Eastern just a little tad more than he did.
Well, he didn't have much to say in that particular movie, but
Yeah, I call it the Scorpion King effect. Actually, it's going to be a CGI monster in the next film.
Nice.
I can usually tell if I like a movie if I can actually watch it a second time or more, second, third, and so on. And I really have no ambition to watch Black Adam again.
I thought the same way as the first Shazam, for example, or even like the second Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
I can watch them over and over again because they're just fun stuff.
Yeah, I watched them a couple times. I just recently watched. I watched Wakanda Forever in the movie theater with my son, but as soon as it came out on Disney Plus, I watched it 3 more times since then. I like the first Black Panther way better. Not to take anything away from what they did in the second one, but I really, really did enjoy the second one, and I thought they did portray the Submariner pretty well in it as well. So I really enjoyed what they did.
The only thing I think I had to go back and rewatch it. I wish they would have let him say Imperious Rex.
I felt like in that movie they did a Tuma dirty.
Oh.
Like I was like, I wish they did more with the Tuma, Tiger Shark.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just hoping for Black Panther 3 they just do Bashenga and Bast. Or something around those lines, or just do like a little Wakanda tie-in with Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'll be down for whatever they do.
Or, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You first, brother.
I was gonna say, have them do like a Disney multiverse thing where they get Keith David as like an older T'Challa, or alternate version of T'Chaka, because I love Keith David as Black Panther. But he's always spawned in me.
I really thought when they did Wakanda Forever, I was really hoping and really thought they were going to have Killmonger, but have him from the multiverse, another dimension, come in and be the Black Panther. Because we've seen that in the comic books, and I thought that's what they were going to do. And I was beyond excited for it. When it was Shuri, I wasn't as excited, but as they developed the Shuri as a character throughout the movie, then I became a believer, and I was like, "Yep, she's perfect for it. She's the one. She grabbed the mantle. Let's go." So I believed in her. Whereas when they were talking about Shuri being the Black Panther in the beginning, I was like, I don't know about this one, But I thought they really knocked it out of the park with her and how they handled it.
my breakout character for the whole thing was Ironheart. I like the way they, kind of brought her into the universe,
Yeah,
and it makes me want to see her again.
yeah.
Hopefully, they'll tweak some stuff. They'll tweak some stuff with it, and not make her such a young Tony Stark-ish character, and give her some of her own personality, like flair. But I like what I saw so far.
I can agree with that, buddy.
The greatest thing Marvel's done in the last couple of months has been freaking Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur. I know it's not meant for me. It's not for people my age, but I've watched every episode twice.
You gotta love Samuel L. Jackson as the Beyonder.
I watched the first episode, but I couldn't find myself getting into it as much. But with your recommendation saying you watched every episode twice, I'll give it another shot here.
I don't know what it is. I fell in love with it, and I was like, this is great.
Actually, I wouldn't. I just want Earth's Mightiest Heroes to come back because that was like the greatest Avengers cartoon ever made.
No, I'm just starting to watch that now a little bit more. That and Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yep, I'm still glad I got you Tom Kane, man.
Yeah, he did. It's on the Awesome Sauce Radio SoundCloud. I have an interview with Tom Kane before he had to retire.
All right, guys. I hate to do this, but I gotta get out a little early because I got a lot of stuff to do, and my battery is almost dead without a charger.
Well, as much. Love you, man. And everyone, eBay/comedy_collectibles spelled with an A. Instagram, Calamity Collectibles _ Calamity _collectibles spelled with an A. And we'll see you on Sunday, bro.
All right, take care, guys.
See you, Mark. You take care, brother.
Remember to roast Adam without me because it's fun and hilarious.
All right, later.
All right.
Bye.
7-Eleven.
Yep, this Sunday.
He just had to throw that in, huh?
Yeah, I'm never hearing the end of the. That's why I'm getting Awesome Sauce Radio shirts with the 7-Eleven thing on the back. I love that kid, man. He's really is a big blessing in my life.
Do you feel as if is it blasphemous?
I said it's a blessing in my life.
No. I meant the 7-Eleven. In reference to what you really meant. Is it considered? Would that be considered blasphemous up in the area where you're coming from? In New Jersey.
Maybe if it was meant in a derogatory way, but as a slip up, when you wasn't really paying attention to what I was saying because we were talking a podcast going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I tongue-tied and I just 7-Eleven blurted out of my mouth. To a point was like, what did he just say? And we all laughed our ass off. And ever since then, every opportunity he could fit it in somewhere. To a point at the Comic-Con, he's like, I actually was at a 7. He's laughing, come make the table laughing. He's like, yeah, I have some bad news. The Slurpee machine at the 7-Eleven that's 2 blocks down was not working.
Any opportunity he gets, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a great kid, though.
Yeah. Oh, he is, man.
Are you binging anything right now that you're enjoying on TV?
I started going with some old stuff. I started binging. I went through all of The Wire. I never watched it. I just got HBO access. So I went through and watched The Wire, which was absolutely phenomenal. I started on Oz, but I got to season 3, and it just got to be too much. It absolutely horrifies me to the thought of going to prison. So, and watching Oz reaffirms that. So, but yeah, I got to season 3. I couldn't
get for Oz when it was airing on the air back on the HBO back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, and I never got a chance to watch it. I never really had HBO to do it. So, but yeah, I started. There's a lot of extremely interesting plots that were going through it and subplots, but it just got to be too gritty for me, and so I had to just say, all right, I'm gonna step back off of this one. So my son and I just, we went back and rewatched all of Breaking Bad again. So because he's not seen it before, he's 17, so he wanted to get into something good, and I got him stuck on it, and he started watching episodes without me because he was so enamored by the show. Of course, I watch Mandalorian every week and Bad Batch. Mandalorian to this point has been a little underwhelming, but I'm sure they're setting up for something that's
I'm enjoying Mandalorian. I think as far as live action Star Wars goes right now,
yeah,
it's probably one of the better Star Wars shows we've had in the last 2 years.
yeah.
At least it's actually. I know Andor put a really bad taste in my mouth.
Really?
I thought it was slow paced. It was a little too political for my taste.
Yeah. Oh wow. I loved Endor. I thought it was just so dirty and seedy and just showing you it's nothing to do with Skywalker, which pretty much every Star Wars has something to do with Skywalker, which I'm not poo-pooing whatsoever. I love, all the characters from the era, but I just wanted to see something different. I thought Andor gave me that. So I really enjoyed Andor for what it was. It did take me in the beginning. I was like, where are they going with this? Or, where is any character that we know of? And so, but in the end, I truly enjoyed Andor and what they did with it. So that's but it's definitely different. It didn't even feel like a Star Wars show at times.
Of course, Bad Batch. I'll watch Bad Batch all day, every day. It's one of my favorite Star Wars things of all time right now.
Yeah, I didn't watch the episode that came out today. When
No,
the show
I haven't got. I'm actually a lot of episodes behind.
Adam, you're about to see some stuff that just
I'm up to episode 5 right now, and
oh boy,
I'm just like, yeah, I'm just loving. I like the interaction with all the characters.
Yeah, you're about this. There's some stuff coming up that just there was a holy shit moment in it that I was on the edge of my chair when I was watching it, just blowing my mind. Like, you got to be kidding me! This really just happened, and that's been good. I really enjoy the Bad Batch, a lot. But yeah, other than that, no, not much, man. It's baseball season's coming up. I'm a big baseball fan, so.
So do you think Las Vegas is planning on getting its baseball team? I've been hearing rumors about this.
Yeah, it's coming. There's the Oakland A's are supposed to be the team that moves here within the next couple of years. So, and I know a few people on the inside, so to speak, within the city, and they pretty much guarantee that it is coming. What that's going to do with our AAA team is strange because they just built a brand new ballpark for the Las Vegas Aviators.
Like I said, I thought that was recently too.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 4, 5, maybe 6 years ago at most. So what a major league team's going to do to that, I don't know. But the Oakland A's coming to town. I guess if there was any team coming, that's going to be the one. With most every other city established pretty well, and you thought Oakland was too.
I'll gladly give you the Mets.
You give me the Mets?
Yeah, well, I'll gladly give Las Vegas on behalf of all New York the fucking Mets.
I don't know, man. They look pretty good this year. They're up and coming. I think
that's because it's still the beginning of the season.
That's true. Season hasn't played out yet, and the playoffs are far from here.
What do you think of comic book reprints starting to be worth some interesting money?
I've seen that, man. I've seen there's a couple times I get a collection and I'll have like some facsimiles in it, and I look them up. I'm like, holy, this thing's going for $25. What? Really?
Yeah, Marvel Tales. The prices of certain Marvel Tales books. I'll bring up the $291.
Yeah.
Surprises me a lot lately too.
Well, Marvel Tales, I can understand because those books were coming out. They started in the 70s and they went through the early 90s. So, and they're reprinting. It's really the first reprint of a Spider-Man comic. the newer stuff that comes out, I mean, I really like Classic X-Men is the same thing. What I really liked about Classic X-Men is you get, a lot of Arthur Adams covers, but then you flip it over and you had some other up-and-coming artist who did another, cover on the back.
Yeah,
And sometimes you even
actually
get little
finding
bonus stories inside.
trying to find some of those issues of Classic X-Men in the later run, like in the 70s, is a real pain in the neck. And the
Of
ones
the
that had the Adam Hughes covers?
Yeah, some of those, yeah. Yeah, they can be tough. Those later ones like in the 60s and the 70s, those numbers. Yeah, you're right. They can be tough to find. I think I got quite a few of them though in those bins I was telling you about. I got to go through them. So, I'm going to pull out from our storage, I'm going to pull out, 11 boxes for the show this weekend and then go through them and I'll look for some of those books you were asking for. And I'll keep
Like I said, just
Classic X-Men too.
like I said, just because I was looking for a few of those for the Adam Hughes signing coming up. But I had a Catwoman book I'm actually going to submit.
Is it the CGC signing that he's doing?
Yep.
Okay. I've
And
only
I just saw today that they announced the J. Scott Campbell signing.
Yeah, I did a book for the Todd McFarlane. I had an Amazing 300, and then I had a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine who lives in Italy, and he sent me the Italian version of Amazing 300, and it's a black cover.
Book.
And so he sent me that one, so I submitted that one for him to have Tom McFarlane sign it. So that's actually pretty sweet. It's a black cover with the black Spider-Man in that same pose, but instead of saying 300 all over the place, it's just a black background. So it looks really nice. It's real pretty.
I've never seen one of those in person. Beautiful book.
He sends me all kinds of crazy stuff over there. So I got a whole box in storage, a short box of Italian versions of Spider-Man that he sent me that on his behalf I sell for him, and then the money I make from it, then I just use it for whatever CGC submissions he wants me to do for him. So
nice. So just basically that's just basically it. Once again, when is Old School Comic Con?
Old School Comic Con is Sunday, June 25th, from 11:30 to 4, or $5 VIP at 11 o'clock. It's at the Rainbow Library, and here's a little flyer that we created. So you can see that a little glare on it, but try to get without the glare, but it's not working too well for me there. Here we go. So Old School Comic Con with all the information on that. So if you follow it on social media, Facebook, Old School Comic Con, or Instagram, Old School Comic Con. And then I don't post a lot on there. I don't want to overdo it when it comes to flooding people's feeds. But it's usually, if we're sharing another event or if something sweet has happened in the Vegas community or then we'll try to help promote it through the Old School social media just to try to, get some more people to maybe take a look at things. So, but yeah, it'll be good, man. It'll be, hopefully you can be in attendance. I know it's,
I was thinking of when I was going to come out for my first time during the year, and I just had to look at the calendar because that may be the week that I have to be the only human home for the dog.
Yeah. Well, at least I get you at the end of April there, buddy.
Yeah. Like I said, I was as soon as I saw the guest list, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely coming back for that. And I was supposed to do something with Michaela, but she recently had some type of cosmetic surgery and hasn't gotten back to me yet. So.
Oh, she's okay though, yeah.
She's fine. She just said, "Amazon, shut up! Amazon, stop! Thank you." She just had some improvements made.
All right.
Yeah, so we talked. I think it was April. Yeah, it was sometime last week, and she said she was feeling well, just in still like a little bit of pain. And then I said, is everything still good? Can we talk? And then she gave me a heart. And I'm trying to still figure out what the heart meant. Because that's the way texts go. Because I get LOLs and like or thumbs up and heart. And I got to figure out what that means.
What color was the heart?
It was red.
That's love.
All right, cool. Where can my audience find you online?
We just have the social media presence of just like it says right down here.
Yep.
Shimp Sons Comics. My last name's Shimp. My grandfather was a Shimp, and he had nothing but sons. And here we are, the Shimp Sons Comics.
Awesome sauce. And I thank you for being my friend. I cherish that day we spent together in Vegas together. That was one of my favorite experiences of that entire weekend.
Oh, thanks, man.
I actually got a little nervous after the doctors yesterday because she's like, if the swelling in your neck doesn't go down, we're gonna have to do an ultrasound just to make sure there's no lymph in there.
I thought you said it was about the 3 fingers.
No, I would. For all that, I would. The 3 fingers would be a vast improvement.
Fucking hell.
He does like 80 characters. He does them all like, all the same voice pretty much.
It always you for a moment you forget I was there, then all of a sudden he just comes in and it's almost he can almost say anything, and you got me fucking giggling every damn time. I swear.
Yeah, he's great.
Every freaking time, man. It's just you got me giggling too.
Yes, I recently rewatched the Torpedo Comics Volt Tour that we did.
Yeah, I was showing a friend of mine that, and I was sharing with him how absolutely, oh my God, how enamored I was at me telling you a book, and then you can immediately tell me, what the significance of that book was, and it just blew my mind, that the photographic memory that you have, and it was something else. It was a real marvel to behold, man. So, but yeah, I just showed that video to a couple friends over the weekend. We had a little kickback at a friend's house, and I was showing him. So I'm gonna give a shout out to him real quick, Adam, if you don't mind. So
Yeah,
I
go
know
for
he's
it.
gonna end up watching this. So shout out to my brother from going on almost 40 years now, Ben the Hen. So I love you, man. So just want to say, hey, I know you're gonna end up watching this at some point. So Adam, give him a little of a piece of advice there, if you would, please.
It's chase your dreams. You just want to catch them. Keep your pen strong. You don't need to have a vision. Don't bet the ponies. If the blackjack dealer tells you to hold, you might as well fold. Let's see what else we got.
Oh, that's more than enough, man. I love it.
Oh, always tip your hostess because they could kick you in the nuts.
He wants to.
I've never gotten paid.
What was that? Al, give me some advice to give to Ben there, brother. Come on, give me something good.
Don't listen to Adam.
I'll take it.
I got when you do come out, man, I got a few of my friends that want to meet you. So I was telling them a bit about
I'll
you.
be honored and privileged. Thank you very much.
They'll be excited. Ben's one of them, and then Big Ed, he's another guy. He wants to meet you. Tell him a little bit about you. He thinks you're, a goddamn superhero, man. So
thank you. Like I said, I'm still contemplating the move out there. I'm just trying to put together all the logistical things. So since my mom has to help me with some paperwork tomorrow, anyways, I'm just gonna make. Hey, I found this spot. I want to try it for a month. Because that spot I showed you was month-to-month lease.
that one you and I chatted about.
Yeah, the one I asked you if that
Okay.
was a safe area, and you said that it was bad, but it wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, as I said, it's not bad during the day. but at night you got to watch yourself. So, are you
Yeah,
gonna
I won't
live
be
there,
there
or is it?
anyway, so.
Were you looking to stay there?
No, I'm just gonna set up a studio there for a little bit.
There's okay. If it's a studio, you're fine. If it's the business opportunity that you and I talked about, there's two
Yep.
comic books. There's two stores that are very close to it. So
Ooh, you see, all right, cool. So that's the reason I was gonna not really like pursue it until the week I was out there during Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con week to really make a mature decision because I have a similar opportunity in New York,
okay,
and my spider sense is telling me that in this point in my life, in this point in my career, I may be better off, especially with the health stuff going on.
yeah,
And as much as I love Vegas, the transportation isn't the greatest.
yep.
And I don't want to trade transportation for strippers.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I like the subway. Even though I saw a rat in the subway system the other day, but that's just typical.
It's just it's a third cousin of Master Splinter, so don't worry about it.
I think maybe the same. Master Splinter has lots of relatives.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep. But I thank you for everything. We will be in touch.
You're welcome, brother. I do appreciate you very much, Adam. It's you always tell me thank you for being your friend, but you don't have to, man. We're buds, and it is.
I actually
We are who we
one
are.
of these days when I'm not on air, I'll tell you why I do that. Why I do that. There's a very sad story behind why I thank all my friends for being my friend.
All right, I'm open for that, man.
Yeah, which so there is a reason behind it, and I tell people, hey, it's not because you just never know when the last time's ever going to be when you get to say thank you just for being a friend.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with it, man. So
yeah.
All right, well, when you come out, we either go get Capriati's or we go get Boston Pizza. Then you can
Sweet. And,
we can chat.
Yep. You have an amazing night, and I'm gonna wrap this up.
Thanks, man. Al, you take care of yourself, you damn dirty scoundrel.
You too, sir. Stop hanging out with this blind guy. He's gonna get you into trouble.
I'm a sweetheart, Al.
He is, man. He is. All right, we'll talk to you later, then, boys. You take care, man.
Later.
He is.
All right, where are you gonna end this with some Big Apple Comic Con footage? The first footage we're gonna roll is if you're a fan of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. My convention neighbor all weekend was Carrie Means, the voice of Frylock. I never thought when I was becoming a fan of the show that I would befriend or get to talk to Frylock as much as I did this weekend. Roll a video, please. We're on. Nice. I'll be back momentarily.
Oh my God. Adam, what are you doing here?
Trying to get his attention because I'm an idiot.
I don't hear anything, Adam.
Hang on, this gets better. Hang on. Yes, Carrie, sit down. Right, we may be pausing this in a minute.
There you go.
Would you be up for doing the quick interview for the podcast?
My friend here has a high-powered microphone.
Cool. That would be awesome.
It's a handheld.
That would be awesome sauce.
What kind of hookup you got on your phone? USB hookup.
Yeah.
Here. Let me see.
Or he's gonna do a video.
Yeah.
Oh, you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
No, they use Lightning.
That won't work.
Won't work for me.
It won't work on an iPhone.
That's fine. Then
Yeah.
I'll just set without the mic.
Okay.
Alright, I guess we're both in frame. Hello, this is Blind Night Up, Awesome Sauce Radio. I'm here with the big
Adam, why are you not
Podcast
pointing at yourself throughout this whole
with
thing?
a voice legend. I have no clue.
I wish I was there to help. You had no one to help you, man.
No, man. Mark had to wash the table, unfortunately.
Well, how are you?
I cannot complain. I cannot complain. How's the Big Apple Comic Con treat?
Big Apple Comic Con treat me like winter. Do you need to come this way with the camera?
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, tell me.
Like this way?
Okay.
Yes. There we are. Hi. everybody.
Yay! Now,
Frylock in the house. And
Yep.
Big Apple Comic Con. You got some questions for me, sir?
yes, I do. How did you get the role for?
I got the role by auditioning.
Mhm.
I auditioned in the break room of my day job in the year 2000 or so. And they sent me a fax copy of the script for Rabbi, the episode about Rabbi. And I read it over the conference call. No, meanwhile, don't get a jam box. Matt Miller and Dave Willis heard me. They laughed. They loved it. Came down to me and one other guy, and the other guy was too boring, too droll, too dull. And I got the part.
That's
The
awesome.
rest, as they say, is history.
Yep.
Don't forget, folks, watch the new movie, Plantasm.
Phantasm was amazing. It was my
On
highlight of New
HBO
York
Max.
Comic Con.
And we have new episodes coming soon.
Oh yeah.
Clandestine 5 from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Sweet.
Look out for those. I don't know when the release date is yet for those, but Adult Swim will let you know.
What was it like working with Dana Snyder and Dave Willis?
Crazy as hell.
Yeah.
We had a good time. We're still having a good time. We still work together. We're actually all friends, so it helps when you're friends.
Yep, that's awesome. What was one of your favorite episodes to record?
Super Birthday Snake. Meatwad wants a pet, but instead he gets a snake. No thanks to Shake. Frylock kills everybody, gets all pimped out, calls up his friend and say, "Bring over a couple of bitches before I put a cigarette out in your damn eye." My favorite line. Of course, that's my favorite episode. Frylock gets laid and gets all pimped out, and it's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of my favorite episodes early was the Wolf Man.
Oh yeah.
Just shut up and eat your grilled cheese sandwich.
Right. I think that was the mummy one.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite.
Curse.
Curse.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, curse.
He didn't even like the steak fry like went and got it.
Yep. But I actually quoted that every time because the first thing they teach you to cook in cooking class for the blind is grilled cheese.
Yeah.
So I was quoting that everyone I had to make a grilled cheese for. Just shut up and eat your freaking grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh man.
No.
I never anticipated that a floating box of French fries with laser beams fries would become such an iconic character or have an influence that it has on so many people across the globe, man. So thank God for that.
Yep, all right. Of course, I want to know, what was your reaction to the infamous Moon Knights taking over Boston?
Well, I'll just say this. P.T. Barnum is full of shit when he says no publicity is bad publicity. It was bad publicity. We got killed at the box office by Shia LaBeouf in Disturbia. But that was back in 2007. That was the old movie, but this is the new one, Plantasm. See it, love it, live it. HBO Max. We got new episodes coming, y'all. Stay tuned. There's more to come from Aqua Teen. Peace, love, and fragrancy. I'm out of here.
Well, Curry, I want to thank you very much. You have a great rest of your Big Apple Comic Con. And thank you for being so supportive, man.
Thank you, sir. You take care.
Yep.
I had a good time.
Cool. Peace.
I'll leave that in your care.
J. Adam.
Yeah, I'm kind of like pissed at myself for that and impressed with myself with that at the same time.
But he did the other one better. The next one. Do I go ahead and play the next one?
We're gonna end this with with Nerdy Girl, whatnot / Nerdy Girl Comics. I had her autograph a hat for a secret project coming up. Roll this shit. I'm here. This is my Adam. I'm here to pick up a Nerdy Girl. I kidnapped her.
I loved your live.
Good to finally see you. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
Finally got the hat. Show the hat.
Show the hat.
Yeah, I got the hat. It's on my head. I just wish I had. Now, if you please sign it. Good luck with the movie. Dun, dun, dun. Nerdy Girl.
I got you. What are you looking for today? What are you
Looking to get some good interviews for the podcast. Looking for a bunch of art sheets in my books.
Ooh, that's fun.
Looking for some Shuri comics because I'm actually going to pick the Shuri comics.
Oh, I love that.
And just looking to pick up some stuff for inventory. Actually, I got to open up a small shop.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited. I love that the movie Dun Dun Dun. Nerdy Girl.
I never read the red
Here we go.
So, thank you for allowing me to show you this stream. No.
You never told me.
It's just that, and whatnot. Corporate managers make the damn thing more accessible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's in the buy it now.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was just, like, I slide in time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm trying to do it. 2 seconds left.
I don't like the slide. I love this movie too. I wish they would bring back the motion.
Oh, it's just yeah, like I said, I do everything with adaptive technology. So, what are you moving here to?
So I brought a bunch of first appearances on the wall here. For school free, a couple of tours. I got one up there. Punisher,
What is your variable?
the 5-5.
What are you asking me?
55.
It's slower than mine. Actually consider doing it.
I also have a 3-5 that's a Pence copy, and I have a 3-5.
I'll think about that too. I'm just trying to upgrade a PC, a part of my PC that my ex did not let me have that. That's fine. Just a joke sometimes. Yes, but thank you for all the first support.
Thank you so much. And I finally got to see you. Have fun. Let's take a picture too.
All right.
Let's do it with the book smart. Let's turn this
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it this way. Okay.
So I'm gonna end the video here, but then I'm gonna take a picture. Okay? Hold on 1 second.
There you go.
And that's how the heck can do when he has an iPhone and some imagination. Testify. I want to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. This was an amazing episode once again. Old School Comic Con is June 25th. Check out Champ Sons Comics. All over the internets. Tell Barney I said hello. Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con is April 28th through the 30th. Cannot wait to be there. It's going to be awesome. www.amazinglasvegascomiccon.com. Remember, you don't need set to have a vision. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Love you all. Blind on them out.
Like a pimp.